Yeah, guys, so we are in Kinderdijk in the Netherlands. And over there, those are the Kinderdijk Windmills. And that we're going over to see. I think we have a short bus ride at first and then a walk. And then we'll go over and see the windmills. As usual, there's a lot of consternation about whether this is Group A or Group B or Group G. And people have extreme difficulty following simple directions, but that's status quo. But anyhow, here from Kinderdijk, we're gonna head on over and see the windmills. So looking forward to it. This is kind of a premier tour in the spring when the tulips are in bloom. Right now we're in July, so no tulips for now, but should be fun nonetheless. Yeah, guys, so that D overboard video building there is the pumping station. And that stands for Waterboard East, the D Overvaart, and apparently there's an equivalent D Overvaart West. And they're the two buildings that control the water here in Kinderdijk. Yes, so these apparently in 1860, the viabilities of the windmills to manage water became inviable. It was more economical to use steam-powered pumps from 1860 onward rather than the windmills. And so in these windmills that we're about to see, their period to 1850, 1860, because the water board quit investing in the windmills at that point because it was no longer economically viable. They decided to use steam pumping instead. So, interesting little factoid. So apparently, although he didn't explicitly say it, I guess the windmills were used for water management here in Kinderdijk. So they're not milling grain or anything like that you might traditionally use a windmill for. They're used for water management.
Well, you see old tools from the millwright, how to maintain the mill, and not for constructing this room, it's just one. But he has a similar room, it has now been removed, but in that room, in that workshop, he had an explanation of the technique, and now we have this room made in the new building. In order to show you a little bit what tools the millwright is used, but also for explaining a little bit the mill you will visit. The one you will visit is a cross section. It's a tower mill. You have to be aware the mill has a development initially, and that's behind you, and that's the difference. In this area it started around 1500, the windmills, water pumping, and that's a post mill type, so there's a bit difference. The post mill is that the housing, where someone is in front of it, the housing and the blades are turning completely around the spill, and that's the whole axis. That one will be visited by people from your Viking that are booked for the baths. You will visit this one. It's a tower mill. It's later on constructed. It's also larger and a little bit having an idea. Briefly, the windmills are not invented by us. Maybe it's a disappointment for you, but that is the situation here. Now you could have to say we had around 1200 the Crusaders from here, not only here, but let's say Northwest Europe. They went to the Middle East, and then they visited areas like Syria, Persia, Turkey, Greece, and also Portugal, we say. And there they have seen then windmills running, mainly crane grinding, and then that technology is brought to here, and it took a while, but here you could say the glorious windmill time was around 1800, 1850. Then we had in the Netherlands 9,000 windmills running with all type of functions. Wood sawing, crane grinding, hemp pluttering, making fiber of it, and then also in the Netherlands water pumping or water scooping. Be aware, the wood sawing, that's invented indeed by a Dutch millwright, the piston mechanism. Mm-hmm. And if that was not invented in that time, New York was not discovered. So in that time, also New York or New Amsterdam, you could say, was not discovered. You have the hemp from here. Hemp was cultivated here in that time and was cluttered to making fibers for the sail and for the rum. Be aware there is a link between windmills and discovery of New York, and I come to more things that is interesting to say about the windmills. So the windmill has been developed here by the millwright step by step. And in fact, it has been paid by the water board. So the water board said to the millwright is employed by the water board, and then the millwright developed it step by step. And it's quite amazing. It's all done learning by doing. So sometimes failure, and then you learn from failure. So learning by doing, and the failures are also then in the development. So it's really impressive. So this is in fact starting from the post mill to dit. Is 5 centuries of learning by doing. And then it's really, the clue is, for instance, that lattice of the wind vane. I'm starting with the first component. So that's the vane cross with 2 rods. You see that the windmill much better. The reason that I show this picture is that you see, and you will not see, I think, now, the miller is climbing in the lattice for handling the sail. So he can fill up the sail or unfurl the sail, and he can fix the sail to a certain position. So he can cover the lattice. The lattice is nowadays made of organ pine, familiar to you. And then the rod is made of steel. And the rod is already made of steel 1850. So 1850 is typical, a mark that's the latest changes in the windmill. Then the water board said, okay, it was originally were from pine, long pine, and coming from, we call it Riga pine, so from Latvia, near the Russian area. It was very costly, and then they say, okay, we have here a number of shipyards, and one shipyard said, I have an idea, I will make rods hollow square cross section. I will make rods of steel plates and then rivet it, and that is what they did. And there was one shipyard here in Kinderdijk. He is famous for the name of the rods because he had also a patent on it. So this is steel. Nowadays it is welded steel, and then the neck we call it. Then it is coming to an axis. In the past it was wood, but already 1850 it has been changed to cast steel. The thick cast steel axis. Then the spill, the king spill, very heavy. You can see it if you go in the mill. It's made of oak. And then the transmission system, I come to this. And then where it all goes, that is the pedal wheel. So the pedal wheel scoops the water higher. That's the way how we get rid of the water. So we scoop the water higher, 1.5 meters with such a mill. And have an idea, this wingspan is in the order of 28 meters around. So roughly this level is 50 meters above the ground level. Okay, that's it. And the reason that it is running is in fact the clue. All learning by doing is the twist in this blade. Nowadays, Airbus and Boeing, they know exactly how to design it, but the millwright and the Boeing Airbus, they have models based on aerodynamics. What you probably did not know is that the aerodynamics that Boeing and Airbus are using coming from windmills, not in Kinderdijk only, Northwestern Europe. And then, say 150 years ago, around 1850, scientists like Bernoulli, Newton, you can name it, they were analyzing why the system is working. So the millwright found out you need a certain twist, and the twist rate depends on the type of working. If you have to do wood sawing, it must be a much heavier twist. If you do the water pumping, it is the twist you see it now. And this is the beautiful shape. Okay, that's it about the windmill, the vane cross. Then there is a gear. I can tell something about it, have to look to the type schedule. Yeah. And then the water wheel. And very important is the paper. I come to this. The water wheel I will explain at the windmill, I think, because of the time. Something about the gear, of course, that is the reason that you are probably distracted by all the wood pieces here. Well, again, the gear has not been invented by the Dutch. That gear, that is the transmission going from horizontal rotation to vertical rotation. Now it's a cam wheel made of wood and a crown wheel, two sheaves with rods in between, and this enables us to make that rotation turning 90 degrees. In fact, in your car or in your watch, there's also this. Well, this, as I said, is not invented by the millwrights in this region. So these are drawings made by Vitruvius, a Roman engineer, around Christ. So what is typical? Well, you can make nice drawings like this, but we call this is the period, this is the region where we let it happen, because making drawings, and Leonardo da Vinci made also such drawings in Italy, but you don't see their windmills. And here there is a rivalry between Rotterdam and Amsterdam. This is the region of doing, and Amsterdam is the region of talking and painting. Okay, that's it. Well, rods, what type of wood? Medlar is in fact very rare regional wood the millwright used, but it was not sufficient. And then other wood, that is this, that is hornbeam, boxwood he used, but finally he found out this is the best wood specifically for the rods. And this is coming from the Cayennes, Suriname, the colony of the Netherlands and South America. This is greenheart, and also this teeth, the cam, the almost music, the sound. So it's very hard, minimum of wear, and also it's strong, so better resistant for breakage. And we have one, this one. And this shows what is happening with such a rod. That rod has to be greased by the miller every month with beeswax for the grease. It is important, but still the greasing does not prevent that there will be some wear like this, and this wear is happening 5 years or so. Nowadays, well, the attitude is, well, such a wear, we throw away the component. Now said the millwright, wood is scarce here, and the dimension is strong enough. He said, okay, I demount the sheaves, turn it 180 degrees, and then this is the next 5 years. Okay, you would say, at the end of the story, not necessary. Demounting, 90 degrees turning, and then this is the third phase, and then you know the receipt. This is the fourth one. So this is lasting 15 to 20 years, such a rod, if it is greased very well. It's still not the end of the story of this piece of wood, because then he makes furniture for his wife. It's sustainable use, and I think it's a nice positive example of Dutch use of wood. And you know, Dutch is all negative meanings in the English language, and intermezzo. But you think it has all to do with the people going to the state. You can say the Dutch uncles. No, it has more before, and you can say now 350 years ago. It is in the English language, it was already there. And 350 years ago, our tiny small nation, our navy, defeated at London, at Chatham, the English navy. And you can imagine that nation was defeated by us. Well, in the English language, then a lot of negative things in the Dutch name, and Dutch scholars, you can make a list all over. And also be aware, I don't like the word Dutch, because Dutch in Old English means in fact people, so it's very general. And we have High Dutch and Low Dutch. High Dutch are the people from Germany, Low Dutch are, they say, from the Netherlands. So Dutch is remaining, but think about in the German language, Germany is called Deutschland. Dutch. I think about Pennsylvania Dutch. We talk about Dutch people, people in Germany. Okay, that's said about as an intervention. Well, that is negative. And what is nice in the same period, I always like to contrast it a little bit. And the English people all say negative things. There was a French philosopher at that time talking about 1650s, 1700s. And then that philosopher, René Descartes, maybe you have read about it. He was living in Amsterdam for a while, and then he was seeing all the development at that time. And he said something what a Dutchman should not say, because that is arrogant. But if a Frenchman is saying that, well, I like it. Because what did he say? Well, God created the earth, of course, also the Dutch people, but the Dutch created Holland. And that's exactly what I will explain. Holland he means then the water, the tessellation of the canals, and how they can get rid of the water, and also how they can protect themselves with the dikes. Because English people say, well, they are living in the mud, and by the way, that mud is maybe the abrasion of our cliffs. It's not true, but that is only for they would like to have a land claim. Okay, I should not continue with my point. Important is the brake, my final stop, because the brake is very important, the same as your car. this system is running. If there is wind, we have a little bit no luck, above or 2, then the windmills will not run. There's insufficient wind strength. Over 3 you require, and then the system is running. The miller will then cover the lattice with sail and works perfect. It runs, and what is a good rotation is 20 rounds per minute. 20 rounds per minute, you know then what I mean, the axis is rotating, making 20 rounds per minute. If you say to the miller, they say, oh Gerard, I don't know what you mean. He knows, but mills have own definitions. That's typical for the miller scene. The miller said, my mill is running very well if it runs 80 ends per minute. But 80 ends is simply to understand, a vane cross has 4 ends, so 4 times 20 is 80. And also this reminds me to what I always said in my professional career. I did a lot of risk analysis when starting the project, and then invest, or you consider which type of risks are there. You have to take measures, and if you don't take measures, yeah, you can say it vulgar, shit happens. But I didn't say it. I always said it runs into 100 without knowing what it is, but it's a Dutch saying, and everyone knows it's the same as I said just before. So it runs into 100. It runs into 100 means, Gerard, that is a miller saying. It is not 80 ends per minute running, but it is 100 ends per minute running. It is running too fast. And if it's running too fast, what do you think what will happen?
Overheat.
Sorry?
Overheat.
Overheat. So often there's breakage is the first reply, but it's indeed heating, and in particular that whole pier is made of wood, so the heat is giving fire. And indeed, often in the past, very much windmills were fired off once in their lifetime, and sometimes repaired, but also sometimes not repaired. So the risk of fire for this is very important. And that's the reason that you need a brake. And a brake is an ingenious system that is, you can see it at the mill itself with a handle and a rope, and the miller will pull on the rope hardly or softly. That's the way how he activates or deactivates the brake. And the brake is in fact a little bit ingenious, is a brace along that cam wheel, and I can explain briefly. It's a little bit like old trains. It's the wheel, and then there's a brace all around, and then the wheel is made of wood, the brace is of steel, and the brace of steel is pulled by a lever, so weight that it stops. But the brace, the steel should not give friction to the wood, that gives also fire. No, wood to wood, that is the best way for friction. And that is the reason probably that you were distracted, although it is behind it, that we have the clocks here, because the wood blocks the millwright used, is made of willow. And the willow is exactly, has the property of very good wear, and is also very cheap. Willow is growing everywhere here. It's soft wood, and there's also a reason that you can cut it and make Dutch clocks from it. So often there is the question, why are they using it? Simply, wood is available, material is available, the property of the wood is perfect for shoes, and you can make it. They have leather here, but leather is much more costly. And for instance, the miller, that is a story you come later on, but the miller is paid by the waterboard, and he did not get 100% of the year money, because the waterboard was saying 50% of the time you have in, you can have only 50% of your earning in a year. So the miller offered did other works like catching fish and also otters, and for instance otters for the skin. So he gets then he had skin, and then the leather from the otters he was selling to in the cities, not using for shoes for himself. No, always here for this reason they used willow and not painted, because painted is more, I think, for the cities. I would say in the regional area, always willow. And I remember it. I like it very much because my shoe is innovative willow shoe. The bed is still willow, but the top is leather. This is a little bit more confident. It's very nice if you have sweating feet or for your back. It's better. So I like this very much. I do often walking like now in the tour with these shoes. I remember my grandma, she was wearing always this, and then with a leather band, that's a little bit for the comfort, because this is not always nice. And then she, on Saturday, she scratched it with sand to make it almost new. before then on Sunday she went to church. Yeah. Okay, I think that's sufficient. We go to the next stop, and that's the windmill.
Hey guys, so here's a shot overlooking the Kinderdijk Windmills on the walkway over. Yeah guys, so we're here at the windmill, and we're gonna go inside and take a look. Should be a good time. Yeah, we got some sprinkles here, so I don't want to hold the camera up to show you the windmill again because I'm gonna get water on the lens. But we're gonna head on in the windmill. I guess we get 7 minutes inside the windmill because, as it turns out, there's people that live in these windmills. It's part of a program that they have here in
Be careful for the stair.
in the Netherlands. I guess it's a very steep stairs, so we're gonna check it out here.
Look out for your head, sir. Shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, so here we got the inside of the mill here. It's very cool. The stairs are very steep, so we're gonna walk up them very carefully. And there's the gears that he was talking about that manipulate the water scoops. Yeah. So this is very neat. They got some old tools here over here. And I'll show you the gear again from over here. Alright. Actually, the stairs are not as steep as I was thinking. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Very neat. So you got a bunk here. Here's looking out one of the windows onto the other windmills out at Kinderdijk. We can walk around a little bit and head on up to the next level. Yeah, this is really neat. Very cool. So, here's some of the period clothes and whatnot. Alright, we're gonna go up to the next level now. This is very neat. Very, very neat. This is one of the upper levels. Yeah, they mentioned they trap otters and whatnot, so this is
Well, in Holland, you can actually go up there.
this is one of the middle levels.
Oh, Michigan, I mean.
And there's the transmission shaft that goes down the center. And I don't think we can get all the way up to the next level, but we can go up and stick our camera up there and see the top. Yeah, so we can't get up because there's a cage here, but you can see the upper part of the windmill and the transmission gears and the brake, and then there's the roof there. Pretty neat.
Driven gear versus drive gear.
So this is really neat, guys. I'm happy we came up here. I'll get down here in a second and give somebody else a chance to take a look. But that's the upper level.
I got one up this one, I think it's the same thing as it used to be the shaft.
There we go.
Go back down the back.
No, you can go down forwards.
And then I just went same thing.
You can go all the way out.
Very neat though.
Check it out.
And here's how it worked here. Modern display.
There's all the gear you can see it from here too. It's like a
Take one more look here before we go. Yeah, and one thing before we leave, guys, this is on the ground level. This is kind of like a kitchen, cooking, sewing area with another bed over there. So, the living room. Pretty neat. Yeah, guys, so it started to rain harder here. We got our umbrellas out as best we can, but this is the outside of the windmill that we just visited. It's pretty neat. It's built with brick on the outside, and it's built brick over wood frame is the way I like to say. And the one, I think you caught it on the intro there, he said the whole key to how these work is the curvature. He was searching for the word he was looking for was the camber of the airfoil on the windmill, and the grinding mills needed a lot more camber than the pumping mills, so they kind of discovered that through experience before there were such things as aerodynamics and computational fluid dynamics and wind tunnels. So try and experiment and learn, and you figure it out eventually. But anyhow, this is the Kinderdijk Windmill, and I think we're gonna head on back. I'm sure we'll see a couple other things along the way. But so yeah, guys. So there's a boat coming in on the canal, and this bridge that we took on the way over is actually a drawbridge, so it's about to be raised up for the canal boat. Something we're very familiar with in Florida.
It's a chemical reaction, and you can drink the water, although it is dark. I would not drink the water now because of the elks. In the summer we have elks in the water, and that can be detrimental. But in the winter, I dare to drink that brownish water, no problem at all. Yeah, see, luckily we reached everyone this side. So, well,
Not quite everybody.
I was gonna
That
say,
is,
wait a minute.
Not quite everybody.
basket over there is almost deteriorated very much. And that reminds me to a basket of the cat in the cradle. And I will tell a story about that at the
And of course, we lost a member of our group.
Old basket.
Hilarious.
Okay.